Hello and welcome to Sports This Morning. I'm Cecilia Omogbe.
Many thanks for joining us again. I am Taya Salam. All right, this is what the show looks like. Big matchup in the NPFL yesterday between Eimba and Aqua United. That game ended 1-0 with Aqua United scoring very late on in that game to get a share of the spoils.
It was Phillips who had to do that for Eimba to be able to, for Eimba not to get their maximum points that was expected in Aba. Also on the program, Manchester City, when will they lose? They're still unbeaten, 26 now, 19 in a row. And of course, Borussia Mönchengladbach happens to be the latest team to suffer from their run.
Incredible run of form from Manchester City, 12 successive away wins as well. They're like a juggernaut right now, and they will take some stopping. We'll come back to that game and later on the show. Still on spot this morning in the NBA, the Lakers, defending champions, are in a serious slump. They lost against the Utah Jazz last night or early this morning to take their losing streak to 4 games in a row.
How hot were the Jazz? Sizzling hot, right?
You can say that again about the Utah Jazz. Yeah, we'll come back to that later on. Let's go through
the games
all
for
the
last
other
night.
games as well too.
All right, starting with
the Warriors and the Pacers. Yes, Golden State 111-107 over the Indiana Pacers. It was a late run in the fourth quarter to pull away from Indiana in that particular game. All right, let's go on to the Hawks and the Celtics. Ended 127-112 in favor of Atlanta. Danilo Gallinari making 10 3-pointers on the night.
Right in the Hawks history and NBA history.
There you go. Fantastic record. The Cavs and the Rockets. Cecilia, what is going on with Houston? They've got a problem.
These two guys were having a very, very big slump, so to speak, bigger than what Lakers is, over bigger than what Lakers are currently experiencing. And we're looking at who is going to win in any of them. But Rockets, I mean, are even worse off this time around. Cavs, of course, we know they are in a very, very bad run. But for the Rockets, how bad can they get if they can't even beat another team that is as bad as they are?
Terrible. They lost 112 to 96. That's their 9th straight loss now, Cecilia. This is it's just terrible. I'm starting to get worried for Coach Steven Silas.
You have to get worried for them because that was really ridiculous.
That was very, very poor. Let's go to the Raptors and Miami. 116-108 in favor of Miami. Jimmy Butler leading the way in that particular game. They've now won 4 in a row. It's good to see Miami winning again after a very brutal start to the season.
Yeah, and of course for the Raptors, you will say Pascal Siakam was only able to put up just 5 points from 24 minutes on court. And of course, when you have that, it simply means, well,
that's too bad.
Terrible day for ineffective Siakam.
All right, the Timberwolves and the Chicago Bulls ended 133-126. Zach Levine with 35 points on the night against his original NBA team.
It shows that the manager wasn't really the problem. I mean, he was fired and someone came in, and of course,
they're still no changes.
Still losses. I mean, he came in and he was baptized by the Bucks, and now the Bulls also continue the baptism.
You know how they say, even in football as well, so it's very easy to sack the managers and the coaches and all of that. So, anyways, I will see if Timberwolves can return to winning ways subsequently. The Pistons and the Pelicans ended 128-118 in favor of New Orleans. Zach Williamson, 32 points on the night in his first game since being named a first-time All-Star. The Thunder defeated the San Antonio Spurs 102-99. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander,
again, 42
big ones for the young star. Malik Monk scored 29 points for Charlotte in their 124-121 victory over the Phoenix Suns. So they managed to cool off the Phoenix Suns and their incredible run of form. The Lakers, of course, that's our star game of the morning. They lost against the sizzling Utah Jazz, 114-89. It was a rout, Cecilia. Wasn't even close at all. They got blown out.
Away. I mean, from the third quarter, they just stretch it out and then they just continue in that one. And for LeBron James on the night, he was just helpless. 19 points and 6 Jazz players were on double digits. And for the Lakers, he had just about 3 of them on double digits. You can see, take a look at the games. I mean, the Lakers not having a good run. We know, yes, Anthony Davis is out. Dennis Schroeder is on the sidelines also. But then you have Montrezl Harrell who had just 16 points on the night. Markieff Morris also added 12 points. So they were just the other only players on double digits. You know, LeBron, Markieff, and of course, you have Montrezl are just the players on double figures. And for the Jazz, as how hot they are, 6 players on double digits. And you taking a look at Rudy Gobert, Jordan Clarkson dropping 18 points each and all that. Then you have Donovan Mitchell and all that. It's just, you just look at the Jazz and you look at the Lakers. Fine, I know they're missing 2 key players, but that shouldn't explain the kind of slump they're currently facing now because this is not looking good at all.
I'll say that again. Rudy Gobert, of course, also grabbed 9 rebounds on the game. The Utah Jazz, just to situate how hot they have been this season, they've won 26, just lost 6 games. They've won 22 of their last 24 games as well. And Cecilia has tried to talk about the quality in depth for the side. She mentioned Gobert, Mitchell, and Clarkson already, but there's also Bojan Bogdanovic on the night, 15 points. Mike Conley, the veteran guard, point guard, 14 points, 8 rebounds, and 8 assists. And Cecilia, the question people are starting to ask now is, can they hang with the Clippers and the Lakers? And based on evidence so far, the answer is a resounding yes.
Yes, of course, resounding yes.
Then.
And if you check what they did to Lakers in the third quarter, Lakers had just 17 points in that. And that tells you how low they were. I mean,
they just clamped down defensively, and the Lakers just couldn't find their way again.
And just shooting 22 threes. I mean, including that franchise high they had in the first half, which was 14.
They're serious contenders. That's the best way,
that's the best way to describe
put it. Let's take post-game reaction now, coming from Donovan Mitchell.
I think we did a great job defensively. You know, regardless of who we're facing or who's playing, who's not playing, we want to make sure that we come in every single night with the mindset of defending, and you know, and I think we did a great job, especially in the third quarter and second half. And it's all about getting better. You know, it's all about keep getting better. And I think we did a great job sharing the ball offensively. And you know, when we defend, we share the ball. It's hard to beat us.
You know, we came into this game like, look, we understand that, you know, they still have LeBron over there, but there's going to be guys, you know, whether it's Taylor Horton Tucker, Kuz, Caruso, like guys are going to be more aggressive. So we just want to continue to keep the same mindset and focus as if they were out there. Because at the end of the day, you know, everybody's coming for us, you know, and I think the best thing about this game was we continue to keep our foot on the gas, you know, every step of the way. There wasn't a moment in the game where it was like, okay, like we kind of played like we were up. And I think that was something that was impressive. You know, obviously the ball movement, the defense was great, but our relentlessness, you know, I think was something that, you know, we can applaud ourselves for, but continue to build off of and look to games like this.
All right, let's get reactions from the other camp, because the Lakers are thinking of how they want to arrest this slump. They're not really comfortable with this, because this is not how we know the Lakers.
Yeah, they've been doing that every night. I mean, they hit a few more off the bounce, you know, than we anticipated. We wanted to make sure that, you know, we try to do the best we can to take away their drive and kick game and their catch and shoot threes, you know, but just wasn't enough.
Yeah, it's challenging for all of us, you know, especially some of our young guys, some of our guys that haven't been in this position before, where they need to do a little bit more than, you know, what they're asked in a normal situation. You know, and, you know, everyone's, you know, just speaking about AD, and obviously that's a big hit, but we also haven't had Dennis along the stretch for a few games too. He's a big piece of our puzzle as well. So, you know, and everyone has you know, been put in positions that they, you know, wouldn't be put in under normal circumstances. But, you know, it's always about staying confident, continue to give my teammates the courage and the confidence out there on the floor, and to make plays. And, you know, it's a tough stretch for us, but, you know, if, you know, this won't define who we will be for the rest of the season and for the long haul, that's for sure.
Yeah, they just need to arrest that and see how they can continue fighting, because without AD, Dennis Schroeder, we understand, yes, it can be difficult, But someone, AD should be back this weekend by Friday, right? No, I'm talking about Dennis Schroeder should be back.
Yeah, AD is out for a
He's
while.
out for a month.
Yeah,
So he's going to miss the All-Star and all that and everything.
They're going to have to figure out a
Portland
way.
Trail Blazers is waiting on Friday.
Yeah.
And, of course, you also have Golden State Warriors
They could easily lose those two
before
games.
they go for the All-Star break.
So fingers crossed, I would say it pans out for the Lakers. Let's take a look at our top performers on the night. And all these guys ended up on the winning side, which makes it very, very good. So the efforts haven't gone in vain. Starting with Danilo Gallinari with 38 points, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. Of course, 10 3-pointers on the night, which is a record in Atlanta.
It was his shooting day, 13 of his 16 attempts from the field.
For the Knights. Zach Levin, of course, 35-2-2 for the Chicago Bulls. Let's move on quickly now to Shia Gilgeous-Alexander, 42 points, 8 rebounds, and 4 assists for OKC.
Yeah.
And last but not the least,
Zion.
Mount Zion, 32 points, 6 rebounds, and 5 assists for the New Orleans Hornets. Cecilia, when the All-Star reserves were named, and Devin Booker, who, by the way, is now the named
right now, of course, in
replacement
place of
for AD.
Yeah.
When he was left out, there were a few people out there that were quick to say they should have taken out Zion Williamson because he's an easy target. He's a sophomore, and Devin Booker has been in the league for a while now. And I thought that was unfair because Zion this season has been incredible.
Yeah,
he's averaging over 25 points. He's shooting over 60% from the field. What more can you do?
So
but because he's the young guy, they should have taken him off. Thankfully, the coaches did the right thing by leaving Zion in the field.
And of course, the NBA commissioner had to, his pick and all that to replace AD. Had to pick Devin Booker.
Which is fine as well.
Because I saw the tweet by LeBron when he said that this guy was disrespected for not being part of it and all that.
This is a limited sport. Everyone cannot be on it. Exactly. But it's good to see Devin back and being named an All-Star now. So can we all just move on?
Yeah, we're moving on. And we're moving on to golf. Latest from the car crash by Tiger Woods. And top golfers are still reacting to it. Most of them were shocked after seeing the car, and the fact that he survived for them is a huge miracle. And of course, they're just wishing him quick recovery.
That's it. That's all we can do right now. Golf is just being placed in the back burner. It's all about Tiger Woods getting healthy enough to live a normal life. Let's take a listen to his colleagues on the PGA Tour now, talking about Rory McIlroy, Dustin Johnson, and John Ram.
I mean, he's not Superman. You know what I mean? He's not like, he's a human being at the end of the day, and he's already been through so much. So, at this stage, I think everyone should just be grateful that he's here, that he's alive, that his kids haven't lost their dad. That's the most important thing. Golf is so far from the equation right now. It's not even on the map at this point.
Well, yeah, I mean, first reaction is, hope he's okay and, and it's not too serious. Still don't really know exactly, I guess what the injuries are or how bad they are. So I don't think really anybody does. But yeah, I was out on the golf course. I was playing the back nine here. But yeah, it's definitely, obviously, prayers go out to him and his family, and hopefully everything works out.
I don't necessarily need to see him in a golf course again. I would love to, but I just hope he can live a normal life from here on. He's given everything to this game. He's done so much for us, and every day that we're all out here is going to be a memory of Tiger Woods. Luckily, he's got so much impact in this world that even though if he doesn't hit a golf shot, with his foundation and many other work, he's going to still be able to make a great impact in this world. So, like I said yesterday, just hoping he can get back and just have a normal life and have a healthy enough body.
John Ram, of course, like a lot of us wishing and hoping the Tiger can recover fully from that horrific car crash. And Cecilia, Tiger is literally a big cat with 9 lives, literally, because it's been through so much.
Comeback we had in history.
It's been through a lot.
5 back surgeries already. And before that, he has knee injuries like from 2008. We've been
then this
having
is not
that.
the first time he's having a car crash as well. So he's had it a couple of times, smashed his car. I think
the hydrant incident that led to the many stories of the infidelities and all that. There's so many stories about him. I believe he's going to come out of this one. 82 PGA Tour. I mean, it's great.
I mean, this Tiger, and we're just hoping as soon as possible he gets back on his feet, and we can all be happy. That's all we can say to see
that's
Tiger.
not the conversation right now. Let's just get back and be healthy first. Exactly. Before we can think of if he will return to the PGA Tour.
That's not a priority right now.
Okay. All right, let's go to Brisbane. What's happening there? Talking about the Olympics of 2032. I mean, the host, the IOC have actually started talks with front runner, right?
Yep.
And Brisbane happens to be the city they are in talks with right now. So the president, Thomas Bach, have actually approved the recommendation of the commission in charge for Brisbane and one of the future hosts.
All right, then let's get to listen now to the announcements coming from Thomas Bach.
This commission recommended to the executive board to enter into a targeted dialogue with Brisbane 2032 and the Australian Olympic Committee for the Games of the 35th Olympiad. The Executive Board has unanimously, after a very intensive discussion, approved this recommendation. And I would like to emphasize, that this recommendation and this decision is not a decision against anybody. This is just a decision in favor of one interested party at this moment in time. The Commission, based on this decision, will now start more detailed discussions with the Brisbane 2032 Committee and the Australian Olympic Committee about their potential to host the Olympic Games 2032 and to further evaluate this.
There you go, Thomas Bach with the announcement that Brisbane is now the front runner to host the 2032 Olympics. Of course, the rules have changed now, the bidding process, and it's no longer the case of trying to make it easier for interested cities. And as interesting the choice of Brisbane is still 2032, still a long way.
Way to go.
And the implication of that for me, Cecilia, is that by then, there'll still be no Olympics in Africa or Middle East. Or the Middle East. Now,
yes, that's what it is.
That's what it is. I'm wondering why.
So let's look after 2032.
The next one is when?
So after maybe in the next after the next 2020, that's like we're looking 36. At 11 years from now. So the next one's going to be 36. So let's say 15 or 16 years from now, Africa should be able to. You know what? Let's get reactions from the Australian Olympic Committee talking how excited they are that Brisbane has been chosen as a city to host 2032 Olympic Games.
Excited by this development. It puts Queensland in the box seat, and I know that every level of government is absolutely united in working together to make this happen. We already have 85% of the venues at the moment. It's a new norm, which means it's a game changer. We don't have to build huge stadiums that are not going to be used in the future, and this gives us hope and opportunity as we go through our economic recovery and plan for the future. It gives every single one of us hope that it puts Brisbane firmly on that international map.
It is a significant recognition of the way we've worked together, the three levels of government, the Paralympic Committee and the Australian Olympic Committee, in presenting this bid together. And I think that was recognised as well. We will conclude the requirements that we have to fulfil, the State, City, Paralympic Committee, Australian Olympic Committee, and that'll all be done end of April, early May. We could, on that basis, go to a vote in Tokyo.
Okay, so there's him right there. I mean, I was just we're just talking about some of the cities that we're bidding. You have Indonesia, Budapest, China, Doha, Germany's Royal Valley, and all that are some of the cities that are actually bidding, for that. I was looking at Indonesia. Africa can actually do, but
So,
you just look at the countries that are ready. We're not ready, so that's the reason.
Exactly, you've got to be ready, of course. They won't just give it to you on a platter. But like you said, and we said earlier, 2036, that'll be the next chance for perhaps an African country or Middle East country to host the Olympics. That's going to be 140 years after the games started.
Which country is going to break the duck? It can just be Nigeria. Okay, we need to go on a break. When we come, we'll be talking about the Women's League, the Golden Eaglets, the NWFL, the NPFL, and of course, the UEFA Champions League. Welcome back. You can talk to us on our Twitter handle. What do you think about NPFL games yesterday night? Late evening, yes. All the games that were played, Aqua United going away from home to get a draw, just pick up a point there. Plateau United just destroying Jigawa Golden Stars 3-0. You also have Nasarawa and, of course, Abia Warriors going to Kwara to actually pick up a point also. That's another game we'll be discussing this morning. So, Nigeria Women's Football League Premiership, of course, continues yesterday. Also, tell us about that. And the fact that, Governor Wike Rivers State Governor actually promising any of the teams from the state that will get away win will get 10 million naira. So this is it. Rivers Angels won away from home. Although Rivers United couldn't win at Warriors, but Rivers Angels did. Maybe they are the ones that will get the 10 million naira check. We're waiting to see if that check will be signed soon. Also, in the Champions League, and of course for Manchester City, who it's going to beat Manchester City, we're still waiting for that unbeaten run to end. It's 26 now, 19 winning run. Yes, I'm waiting because that will be the breaking news for me. City lose. I'll be so happy to write that out.
That sounds great.
Austin will be joining us on this segment, and also we also have Tolu Olorun Temi. Right?
Oh my goodness!
Austin said anything I want to pronounce that I should sing it.
Yeah, well, you missed out a whole syllable. So come on. You can do this.
Good morning, it's good to have you.
Okay. Good morning, Cecilia. Great to be here, Taya.
Great to have
so good to see you guys again.
I know.
Yeah, Austin, good morning. It's good to have you join us from London this morning.
Good morning, Cecilia. Good morning, Taya. Good to have you on the show. Cecilia, I'll teach you one more time.
One more.
It's Tolu Olorunmoteni.
Okay, Olorunmoteni. Okay, it's the Mote that I missed. Come on, names just
you get
that. Names, 5 people can actually answer that. Just
break
it down.
Come on. When we're not Chinese.
It's exactly.
All right,
so
guys.
China, just look.
Let's get on with the show.
Yeah,
now.
quickly, the Golden Eaglets, the draw has been done. And of course, the group is a bit, looking at it on paper, the nations that we have in that group are not really football playing nations. I'm sorry.
Are you serious? Let's
let's look at the group first.
I don't know what you're talking about.
The countries you will say, okay, yes, Super Eagles can just, Golden Eaglets can just slide through this.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Morocco, Uganda, Zambia, and Cote d'Ivoire. This is the group to look out for. You look at this group and you know that Morocco, Uganda, Zambia, Cote d'Ivoire, it's big.
Let's see Group B.
Go to Group B where you have the Golden Eagles, Nigeria,
tell me whether
Tanzania, Algeria, and Congo, Brazzaville.
And Congo are not
Congo, Brazzaville, Algeria. Algeria has won they've won AFCON. I'm looking at Congo, Brazzaville, and Tanzania. Maybe those are the 2 countries I'm actually looking
You're
at.
underestimating
And that's the reason that I'm in. Exactly. When it comes to the youth level, we know that the Golden Eaglets happens to be,
they're called the best in the world.
That's it. 5 times champions, world champions I'm talking about, not Africa. Go to Group C, you have Cameroon, Senegal, Mali, and South Africa. Now, these are the groups I'm talking about. Now, compared to what we have in Nigeria. Now, Cameroon, Senegal, Mali, South Africa, this is extremely tough. Now, Tolu, I'll start with you.
Do you remember the game between Nigeria, the dream team, the Olympic team, Nigeria and Congo Brazzaville in 2015?
Okay, yeah.
In Port Harcourt.
Okay.
Do you remember that game? Do you remember the other game between Nigeria and Congo Brazzaville in Calabar in 2013?
Yes.
Well, how did it end?
It's flying Eagles.
So,
it is. You're talking about the Golden Eaglets.
Come on. Even if you want to underrate any team on that list, you're probably underrating the Congo Brazzaville. I'm just trying to let you know that twice they haven't acted really nice with Nigeria. So I would not underrate them right now. I think, as a matter of fact, you should underrate them at your own peril.
Absolutely.
Because we could be shocked. again, it is the Golden Eaglets, but do not forget that we missed out on the last competition, and this is a different category, a set of players, and we're hoping to see something new. My hopes are never really high up there with age grade competition because you don't know any of these kids. You don't know where they're coming from. You don't know how they're able to cope when they move outside the shores of the nation. Fortunately for us, we have been really great in this tournament, but let's see. I will not underrate any of these players. We churn out a lot of talents. Yes, I know that. Majority of them turn out to be really good. Yes. But then it's Algeria and Tanzania. We can still expect to progress out of that group relatively easily. But then I don't know anything about Tanzania's under 17, Algeria and Congo Brazzaville. So I wouldn't be super confident unless it is Iheanacho set playing again. It's not them.
Well, it's not. That's not the case.
Okay, Austin, what do you think? Just one quick one from you concerning the under 17. I know you always talk about development. That's what it's all about this particular time. I mean, for this kind of players, it's all about development. But then sometimes you just want to win something.
Yeah, you want to win because it's very important for those guys at that level.
I think, Austin, the network is a bit...
understanding what it means to win. This country is good. You guys hear me now?
Yeah. Okay, yes, I think it's clearer now. So carry on. Yes, it's clearer.
Okay.
I think it's breaking again. Maybe Austin will have to get back to you later. We have to get back to you in a bit. It's breaking again. We'll get to hear your views concerning the Golden Eaglets much later. But quickly, let's move to the Nigerian Women's Football League Premiership games that were decided yesterday. Let's start with some of those games played where you have FC Robo, of course. We reported yesterday that they were actually robbed and all that. But then they were able to go ahead. They honored the game. And all, even when NPFL board, told them that, look, they can actually postpone the games. But then the chairman of the club said, look, they can go ahead. But the game now started at 5 p.m. instead of the usual, a delayed game instead of usual 4 p.m. and all that. That's what they were able to do to them. But then they lost at Delta Queens by a lone goal. I think that was really brave for them to really go ahead to try to play that game. But then it ended in a loss. And it was Tejiri Edward, 72nd minute penalty. And that was how FC Robo lost that one. Edo Queens and Confluence Queens, that ended 1-0 also in favor of Edo Queens. Temitokwe Owoye, 83-minute goal. And that was when she scored that particular goal for Abia Angels and Bayelsa Queens. Abia Angels lost at home, Bayelsa Queens winning 2-1. You will say not a good one for Abia Angels. But for Ibom Angels right now, Nasarawa Amazons started on a very wrong foot when they started the league. Right now, they went to Ibom Angels to collect all 3 points. And because of that, Ibom Angels coach has been suspended. We'll come to that later. So other games for the day that were played, you have the ones involving Oshun Babes and Sunshine Quiz ended 1-0. And of course, you have a Kafayat Bashiru, 92nd minute. Yeah, penalty was scored. That was when they were able to win that one. For Pelican Stars and Rivers Angels, the game I mentioned earlier, Rivers Angels went away. That's their second away win of the season, beating Pelican Stars 2-1. And so these ladies, you will say they are 10 million naira richer. Yeah, have they gotten the money? Not yet. But then it was quick two goals from them. Cynthia Ako, 9th minute. Brume Ihekwa also scored in the 16th minute, and that was 2-0 or before Chinwendu Ifomba scored to try to, see if they can come back from that game in the 73rd minute, but it just couldn't. And for Royal Queens and Dream Stars ladies are losing 2-0. Royal Queens came to Lagos and beaten by FC Robo, but they went home beating Dream Stars 2-0. Now, talking quickly about the one, Ibom Angels' suspension of their coach indefinitely. Coach Murufu Adeyemo suspended indefinitely. Austin, you can hear us now. Can you hear us now, Austin?
Yes, I can hear you guys.
Okay, it's clearer now. Okay, quickly, I was going to get your thoughts on the Golden Eaglets. I didn't hear that. Just 30 seconds, wrap it up.
Yeah, I think it's a good one that the draw has been done, and I was trying to say that at that level we can't jump up and say Nigeria is better or Congo is better or Tanzania is better. It's all about development, but we should be careful. Algeria, they've done so well with grassroots football development. Same with Congo. Remember, they don't even export their young players the way we do in Nigeria, so they can understand some level of stability. But it's the Golden Eaglets, and it's young guys playing football. So let's just hope the best from them.
Okay.
All right.
Quickly, NWFL. I mean, we're going to talk about the coach suspension and all that. It's all about, that's what happens, in Nigerian league. When the coach is not doing well, why not just fire him? But they say suspended indefinitely. Murufu this season, he hasn't really been good. Match day 7, they've lost 3 at home, 5 losses in all. So we know that's a bad result. We know that. But then suspension indefinitely, is that the way to go? They can recover from that?
No, so sometimes welfare is a problem. When you're not paying a coach, you can't have that confidence to just tell the coach to just get out. So sometimes you say suspended or step aside.
Yeah.
But Ibom Angels, it's not been good result for them. I think this is the second or third time they're losing a game at home, and that's a team that I think Cecilia 2 seasons ago, Ibom Angels showed some promise that they can actually compete for the league title, but right now they've really been struggling. And if you look at the league table, they are
did you give them Toulouse?
Just right on top of Dreamstar Ladies. That's not where you would expect Ibom Angels to be when you have the likes of Royal Queens and even to an extent Edo Queens and Delta Queens doing so well, and then Ibom Angels that you expect will keep the momentum going isn't doing just that. So yeah, maybe with this suspension of the coach, it will make everybody sit up. Maybe the state's trying to tell everybody, look, we don't like the results you're getting and we need to do better.
Okay. All right, quick thoughts on, for you, Tolu, quick thoughts on Ibom Angels and, of course, the games are NWFL. Just quick thoughts.
Look, it's obvious that they are regressed. 2 seasons ago, they were title contenders.
Yeah.
Now they are struggling badly, 5 losses and 7. It calls for a quick check. Of course, the terminology suspended indefinitely is a typical Nigerian thing. We already know what that means. He's not getting back to that job anytime soon. Maybe never again. But they need to pick themselves back up immediately. I don't know what exactly might be the issue. Austin did mention motivation in respect to remunerations. Perhaps that is the reason. We're coming off a very tough year. The guys haven't played in a very long time. The coaches haven't been paid. I mean, it's just very difficult to motivate yourself in that space. But knowing how peculiar we are as a nation in terms of sport, I think most of the coaches by now, it's a wrong thing, but should have gotten used to this kind of circumstances. It is just the perk of the job here in Nigeria. Peck, quote and unquote, of the job in Nigeria. So by now you should have gotten used to it. You know that if you get the results, look at what is happening in Rivers State. You win away from home, you get 10 million naira. It's unheard of. But these are the kind of things you should strive for, and knowing the situation, the environment where you work. Unfortunately, it's not comfortable. You can't expect to get the best results in this kind of situations, but you just have to make the most of it. And right now, they are not doing well.
You're not doing well. All right. 5 losses in 7 games and 3 at home. Not good at all.
Not great at all. Let's go over to the guys now. Fantastic round of matches yesterday, match day 12. Of course, the star matchup was between Eimba and Aqua United. Very interesting game. But before we get to that, before we see those pictures, let's just give you a rundown of all the results played. The matches played yesterday. Eimba 1-1 against Aqua United. Plateau United back to winning ways in emphatic style. 3-0 over Jigawa Golden Stars. Brian Mustafa returning to great effect with a brace in that game as well. Nassau United 3-0 over SC Fanyuba. Kano Pillars just the 1-0 over Sunshine Stars. Was just Rangers lost against Wiki Tourists. Not a good trip for the Flying Antelopes. They lost by 2-1. Kwara United and Abia Warriors played a 1-1 draw, while Warri Wolves defeated Rivers United by a lone goal. Too bad. They have to try again on match day 13. All right, Cecilia, let's go to the Eimba versus Aqua United game. You saw it. You saw it as well, too. Austin watched that as well, too. Very interesting game. First half, I thought Aqua United should have been a couple of goals up. They were very wasteful in the first half, and they almost paid for it in the second half when Austin Oladapo gave Eimba the lead.
A very beautiful goal, by the way. I love the way he just chipped it over the goalkeeper at full pace. But I thought Aqua United should have gotten more from that game. Take advantage of the fact that Eimba were involved in the continental tie against Rivers United over the week, and that means they haven't gotten as much rest as you would have expected them. And they failed to in a game where they created way too many chances. Way too many clear-cut chances to be buried, leaving Ayimba about with a 1-1 draw. It's sort of a consolation, but I think they will be beating themselves because that was a very good opportunity to win against a key title contender, and that might have just spoiled their season from then on. But let's see what happens next. They can equally take consolation in the quality of performance, but I'm sure they would have preferred a different result compared to what they currently have.
Well, I mean, the goal they got was pretty much the last kick of the game, so I believe they'll be happy with that one. They could have easily lost that game.
Yeah, easily.
All right, Austin, we know what's up with you when it comes to Aqua United. Tell us about that game. Your thoughts?
I think it was a good show of Nigerian football. Before that match, if you look at the team's record, Aimba, I think had gone about 4 or 5 games with a win. For Aqua, it was a win-loss, win-win-win. So I knew we were going to have a cracker of a game. I will not agree with Tolu that there was a little bit of fatigue to Aimba's play because Aimba is a dominant force with league football in Nigeria. And Aimba has got a team that, even if you bring some of the guys from the bench, they can make the starting lineup of any club side in Nigeria. So they had a good momentum coming from that match against Rivers United. And of course, they knew they needed to win that one to keep their leadership position on the table. What a goal scored by Austin Oladapo. Look, you don't mess up that sort of fine move from a team, particularly when it falls on you, the captain. So he finished that one calmly. But a lot of talking points before Aqua got that equalizer. Tayo in the first half, Setmayi missed a clear chance. Charles Achimena missed a chance. In the Frank Effiong also missed a chance. But major talking points in the 43rd minute
Talk about
the referee Bashir Salisu from Kano turned away after Charles Ashimena was brought down.
That's that move by the way again.
Adebayo. And it was a major talking point because these games are on TV and it's part of what, yes, you could say, oh, he's human, he can make mistakes. This is where VAR will say, you see, if you guys had me now, I would jump up and you know, so yeah, that really got a lot of people talking, but Aqua United didn't deserve to lose that game. And so the God of Football said, look, I don't care, you guys are going to get a point out of Abai. You get to David Phillip, arguably the most important goal he will score in his career. A defender that is hardly sitting in the box, found his way in there to score his first goal of the season. And then give Aqua United something to sing as they go back home. It was a good one for Nigerian League football, and I hope that we'll continue to see this sort of competitive games.
Yes. That's a penalty. That's what you were talking about when the referee turned away and all that. I think that's what he was talking about. Very clear. Okay, quickly, let's leave this one and quickly talk about
wanted to say something about
on it.
I thought that was clear. If the referee didn't see it, I thought his assistant should have seen it. I think someone should have called his attention to that. That's clear as daylight. You don't miss those kind of opportunities. But then, human errors are part of the game as well. And that's why we can equally hope that VAR becomes a thing as quickly as possible in our leagues. But first of all, TV, please. That's what
how controversial is the VAR? We have a day for VAR.
Okay. So
quickly before we leave NPFL,
VAR is to check. It is the humans who decide.
Okay, we need
to
go
at least check
on a break.
first.
We need to go on a break right now. We'll come back. There's still the UEFA Champions League for us to talk about. Quickly, let's talk about Plateau United, another team that won at home 3-0. Jigawa Golden Stars happens to be a team that can also beat teams away, at home or away. But then Plateau United, on the day, they were just much better. They were clinical, got all the points they deserve. Remember when they faced Aqua United, they couldn't get anything from that game. Aqua United won by a lone goal. But they went back home, and of course, they ensured that they're not just picking 3 points, but also scoring 3 goals. So Makaba obviously is a happy man.
Very delighted. Like I said, Oche scored the first goal for them. Ibrahim Mustafa as well. So apparently they have missed that particular player. Returned to the lineup as well too with 2 goals.
What do you make of Plateau United? Contender, obviously, or
contenders?
No, not
yet. Let's see how the season goes. They've been quite inconsistent.
That's the word.
And you won't do anything with inconsistency. So let's see how it goes. I expect so much more from them. I think particularly since the title winning season, we've actually raised the bar so high for them, and they have a great coach as well. Yeah. But they are not matching that level anytime soon. Until they become consistent, maybe they're just around the top 6.
All right, indeed. All right, then as for the Nigerian Professional Football League, of course, our action will continue later today. Let's go on to the UEFA Champions League now. 2 games went down last night. It's safe to say Manchester City right now are just invincible. They went to Germany and defeated Mönchengladbach by 2-0. Gabriel Jesus, of course, saving the day, as well as Bernardo Silva. Real Madrid, surprising result for the night. Well, they went to against Atalanta. Atalanta are a very good side. We know they scored a lot of goals. Real Madrid having a lot of issues in terms of their personnel. But then they got helped by that very early red card. Eventually, they struggled and labored to get the win. Courtesy Ferland Mendy. But we're going to talk about Man City first of all. Tolu, who's going to stop Man City? West Ham next? 26 games in a row. It's ridiculous. Come on.
West Ham could do it, actually, because they're equally in a very good run. True. So they're high in confidence, but so is City. And they're not letting off anytime soon. Okay. When you remember that Mönchengladbach scored 10 goals against Shakhtar Donetsk in the group stages, and they're shut out, and almost defeated Real Madrid, knocked Inter out of the tournament as well, and here they are, completely toothless. Because I thought they could have gotten 1 or 2 goals as well, but on the night they just couldn't manage that. And City go out there and shut them out as usual. Look, City this season have been a different breed. They're not just scoring goals; they're shutting opponents out. They're not conceding, and they're scoring a whole lot as well. So that's a different level, operating at an elite level. So it will be difficult. I don't know when they will.
Okay, we're waiting when they will lose.
But we'll be waiting for that day, like I said. I'll just Cecilia in the wait. City lose.
Hey, Austin,
wow.
When will City lose? We'll be asking the question because this guy seems to be unplayable. 19 shots, 4 on target, and Pep Guardiola went ahead to say that they need to be clinical for them to win the Champions League, especially after watching what Bayern, did away from home.
Of course, he understands the game so well. Pep Guardiola was saying to himself that it was when Jurgen Klopp started talking about that home unbeaten record that they now suffer. So he's just going to take his mind off that and then just keep the team to remain dominant. But what a bounce back by Manchester City. Guys, can I remember as at match day 10, we were asking questions that would this Manchester City team, go down this way? And then the moment Pep Guardiola renewed that contract, everything changed. Mentality,
coronavirus break that they had.
Of play, and all the players, joined the party. So Manchester City, fantastic side at the moment. I look at the way they took out Mönchengladbach, and before anybody starts jumping up and saying, "Oh, they were favorites," go and look at the record of Mönchengladbach, and they've been scoring goals this season. So it's just the story of City pushing aside everything. Right. But they have a potential banana scheme to go through against West Ham. West Ham is that sort of team that loves to come at you when everyone is talking about you because they also want to talk about them. And look at West Ham on the league table. They're 4th. So they understand what it means to keep the momentum going. Okay. They understand what it means to, grab those headlines from the big teams. I mean, when a team is having a fine run and getting all of those records, if you come and you stop it, then everyone starts talking about you. Ask Burnley, ask Brighton. They were having ordinary seasons until they beat Liverpool. So, you never say never. If you're a good team, you need to get better to be amongst the best. So that's what City is doing. Let's see what West Ham can do.
We'll see what West Ham can do. Austin, thank you so much for taking our time to talk to us this morning and joining us on the program. Hope to see you on Tuesday or Wednesday.
Thank you so much, guys.
On Monday.
Oh, okay, let's see. Thank you. We'll do it again.
Let's listen to Pep Guardiola talking about his team performance and how they continue their unbeaten run. They're already on 19.
Why we are incredibly solid in 19 beaters in a row. So, but the team everything is involved.
How can you win 19 straight?
So the defenders just one conceded target. You have to learn this, all of you, is because we make an incredible effort up front with Rashfield and Gabriel today and Bernardo and Gundo and everyone. That's why the opponents come in that positions in the difficult problems in few times, and that's why we defend well. And the same process, when they create chances, we create chances, so they have the chance to 1-against-1, is because our build-up, we take risk, and Ruben and Kyle and Ederson and everyone make the process good. And football is not attack and defense; it's all together. We have a lot of money to buy a lot of incredible players. This is the reason. Yeah, we win for all the time. We win for the money. That is true. So without good quality of players, we cannot do it. And the humanity of this group, the players are fantastic. They have an incredible relation, and play every game to thinking just this one, win this game.
It's got the money, and it's got the money to buy all the players. I mean, a checkbook manager, right?
That's a bit disrespectful.
Disrespectful. I mean, he's churning out results, managing big egos, big players and all that, and churning out results. So no matter, I mean, buy $1 billion club, billion dollar club.
I keep saying that you don't give a $1 billion investment to an average manager. No. The best players in the world deserve the best managers. No. If we give the best players in the world to the worst or mid-level managers, it will crumble.
It'll flop.
So that is exactly what is happening at City. City have this $1 billion investment, and they have a $1 billion manager himself who can take care and ensure that this thing goes from point A to infinity, and that is exactly what we are saying at Manchester City and everywhere Pep Guardiola has been. So every time I heard that Czech manager, I think it's just really disrespectful of the amount of work he's putting in there because he is. He thinkers a whole lot. Even when he doesn't need to change things, he's changing for days of
switching things up.
Look, who would have thought that City will go through a spell without strikers and not fail to win and not lose the game? But they went without Gabriel Jesus and Sergio Aguero at some point, playing with Sterling and Phil Foden as centre forwards and even Ferran Torres as centre forward, and they were still winning games. Checkbook manager indeed.
Yeah.
All right, he's winning games, getting all the results, and of course you saw the other one. Real Madrid got that 1-0 win. Of course, despite the fact that the player was sent off 17th minute and all that, but then that wasn't a penalty. I saw that game.
Oh, really?
I don't think it was a penalty.
Really?
It
wasn't the red card. Okay, I'm just going to ask one question.
Penalty. Sorry, it wasn't the red card.
I'm just going to ask one question.
I think that wasn't the red card.
If Mendy gets past Freuler, if Freuler didn't stop him,
there was another defender somewhere.
Do you think he was going to catch him before he takes a shot?
Okay.
No, do you think he was going to catch it before he takes the shot? I don't think so.
We just read some tweets, but we'll go to the papers quickly. Time is fast spent right now. Noble Flyer Man said, like I said yesterday, only either Man City or Bayern can stop Man City. But personally, I think the UCL is coming to Etihad, and I see Atalanta shocking Real Madrid at the Bernabeu as they've not won a game at home this season. But they're very good on the road. And MFL, there's a player, Faco, who said, why wear jersey of foreign clubs? This is my first time too. I would encourage people to actually get jerseys of their own clubs.
We got the message from FA as well.
Yeah,
what was it saying?
Says, good morning. The game between Eimba and Aqua United is supposed to be a win for Aqua United. They saw a penalty, but the referee looked away. It was a clear PK.
Yeah,
there's a pitch there. Everyone is actually talking about the game between Crown FC and Insurance ended 1 in favor of Crown, but that pitch was horrible. I don't know how it was actually improved for games anyway. It was very, very horrible. Quickly at the papers. I'll start with the Sporting Life here. Sporting Life, we have Osimhen, the costless with 29 billion naira. That's what most valuable Nigerians in Europe. Okay. All right, he's going to return early March.
Early March, can't catch a break. Sporting, Complete Sports as well too. Osimhen out until early March. Olayinka is talking as well too. Adepoju is saying a lot about Victor Osimhen as well too. Sporting Sun, Osimhen didn't make 150 short list. That's in terms of the most expensive players in the world. Also, Anthony Joshua wants out Tyson Fury. I will be undisputed. What's going to happen in this one? Can't wait for this fight.
Can't wait for it to happen. Really, it's the biggest heavyweight boxing matchup we've seen in years. And I really cannot wait for this one to happen. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. Thank you so much, Tolu, for coming on the program. We discussed boxing. We'll finish the show right now.
Let's take it outside.
Thank you very much, guys. It's great to be here.
Thank you for watching. I'm Cecilia Mogbe. Have a good day.
I am Tyre Salam. See you again tomorrow.